Hi, my name is Oscar, I'm a solo game developer, and after spending the last year working non-stop on my main project, On-Chain Relic, I desperately needed a break. So I challenged myself to make a mini metro, mini motorway style game in just 7 days. But instead of metro lines or roads, you connect harbors using boat roads across a big Mediterranean map. 7 days, one brain cell, and way too much coffee. Here's how it went. This idea has been sitting in my notes for ages, and when I challenged myself to build something in a week, this was the perfect time to try it. Since the game is inspired by Mini Metro, I first broke it down to its core ingredients: stations that generate passengers, lines you draw between stations, metros that follow those lines, and all running on a time-based system. So I recreated that. So you can see here the first test, 3 stations on screen, you drag from one to another, a line appears, drag further, the line extends. Each time you make a line, a train or boat spawns and follows it. It was simple and boring. Mini Metro's charm comes from its clean, zigzagging metro map style. So I tried to build a grid system to snap your cursor and generate metro map bends automatically. You could even drag handles to reshape the lines and do some cool things with the lines. Not bad for day one. On day 2, the project took a huge turn. I swapped the entire theme from metro lines to maritime routes. I painted the tile map of the Mediterranean map, added matching colors, made circle harbors and a little boat sprites. Then the grid system could read the tile map and generate colliders, so you couldn't draw lines over land. I also created some tool buttons to spawn different boats for each resource type. Then I made harbors generate resources and boats attempt to pick them up, and absolutely nothing worked. While debugging this, I added rotation to the boats to make them look nicer, because at least that part I could take control. Here's where everything exploded. I looked deeper into Mini Metro and realized the line system is basically a combination of pathfinding with metro aesthetics, and multiple lines can share tiles cleanly. So I spent half a day drowning in spaghetti code trying to replicate that, and finally gave up. Then the answer hit me. Mini Motorways. Their second game has a feature with the motorways where it doesn't use grids. The normal roads, you place them in a grid, but the motorways, you can bend them anywhere. And since I'm working on the sea, I don't need a grid either. Also, if shapes represent resources, why should every harbor spawn every type of resource? So the solution became obvious. Smooth curves, like the motorways. Some harbors generate, some others receive, and boats transport specific resources. Boom! The game became a mix of mini metro and mini motorways, and a brand new puzzle was born. I spent the entire 4th day refactoring everything for smooth curves. Each road got its own color, boats followed these Bezier curves. I tried to bring back resource generation. I fixed a million bugs with the routing system and the boats. Then I built a test map to see if harbor placement actually mattered. Boats delivered resources to their matching harbors, made a system to be able to pick what resources generate and receive each port, a better UI, better map, and much more. For the first time, it felt like a real game. Time for the actual game loop. I added a time system, camera slowly zooming out, revealing more map, new harbor spawning, upgrades at the end of each day, score system for correct deliveries. It was all becoming more and more cohesive. I added route extending, time controls, balancing, because the game was way too hard. And then because of that, I removed the ability for white harbors to generate resources, made the spawn system smarter, and added some helper bubbles to explain harbor and boat types. At the end of day 5, I re-added land collision and added a danger mechanic. So if 10 resources accumulate at a harbor, a countdown begins. If this countdown reaches 0, you lose. Day 6 was basically me versus bugs. I spent the whole day testing, fixing confusing things, improving some feedback that I got, making sure players understand how routes work, adding upgrades like speed boost, faster interaction, increased boat capacity, and then I spent the rest of the day creating an itch.io page, took some placeholder screenshots, wrote some descriptions, and learned how to publish a WebGL build. This day aged me like 10 years. On the last day, I thought the game was done. I made a main menu, uploaded a private build, and everything fell apart. Levels didn't load, game over buttons didn't work, editing a road changed its color randomly, sometimes you couldn't even create new roads. So I sprinted back into Unity, fixed everything I could, slammed the build button again, and finally the game worked. I uploaded to itch.io, added screenshots, tested it with friends and family, and wrapped the entire challenge. It was so satisfying. So, as I'm recording this video, the game is now public on itch.io. I fixed a couple of sneaky bugs after the challenge ended, and now you can actually play it. I'm going to do a little live playthrough right after this part so you can see how it works, and you can try it right now using the link in the description. And while you are at it, check out my main game, Unchained Relic, on Steam and wishlist it. There's a demo available too. Alright, handing it over to Live Oscar. Welcome back, Live Oscar here. So you can see here the page with the description and a little bit of the features and the status of the project. As you know, I've just done it, so yeah, not much to talk about, some screenshots, and yeah, I'm gonna play it a little bit just to show you how it works, and I'm gonna put it in full screen. There we go. I'm gonna remove the music just in case, but the music, I've got it from freesound.org. It's from I Speak Waves, just a simple loop. It sounds good, so I left it here. So yeah, you hit play, the day starts. I'm gonna pause it just to explain a little bit. Here on the left you have your boats, and it tells you what resource it carries. You have here your generator ports and your receiver ports, and here's the amount of routes you can make. So yeah, and here the time and your score. So we're gonna create the first route, and we're gonna place the boat so it can move the resources around. I'm gonna put it in fast so we can experiment and test things out. And yeah, so here's our second port or harbor. So I'm gonna extend the route. I've also added this so you can delete a route from here just in case you need to redo something. And end of day, you can select a boat on upgrade or upgrade. It tells you what type of resource it carries. The game pauses on the background. So yeah, I'm gonna pick this one just in case another type of resource is needed. I'm gonna extend this. And yeah, some little things. If you put the mouse over the boat, it tells you what resource it carries. It can carry up to 4 resources at the beginning. After day 10 you can start getting some upgrades, so it can carry up to 8 resources. And yeah, I'm gonna get a fish boat just in case, because yeah, just as I was saying, I need another route to make this one, so we're gonna put it right here. It depends on where you put the boat. If you put it in the left, in the start half, like the first half, it goes to one port. If you put it in the other half, it goes to the other port. And you can see we are getting more resource generation. I'm gonna pick the one that I don't have, just in case other ports, other harbors appear. But yeah, you can deform a little bit the routes, just in case you can't see a route or one route is over another. And yeah, really simple, really intuitive. I fixed some bugs, as you know, like the colors changing and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna pick another one of these because they are starting to accumulate. And one of the things I'm seeing is I need to add this harbor to this line. So I'm gonna let first these resources go to their port, and then I will work on the orange route. Okay, so I'm gonna pause, and then if I delete the route from here, you can see I get the boat back. If the boat has resources, it will not take the resource back. Okay, so I cannot do that because it crosses land here. So I'm gonna make it the other way, just like that, and make it a little bit smoother, and put the boat back in. So yeah, if a line crosses over land, you cannot build it. There's an upgrade on day 10 where you can create a route over land. It's called like a canal, like making a water road on land to explain it somehow. But yeah, you can mix boat types on lines. So I can, for example, I can have 2 different boat types in the same route, and I can put different ports on. I can put different boats on the same port. So yeah, sometimes the boat will not stop if the resource is not their type, or if there is no harbor that can receive that resource. So yeah. Okay, so we have, I'm gonna delete this route and I'm gonna make it like this. Oop. So yeah, I'm gonna pick share because I don't have. Yeah, and I'm gonna add a second boat here, so the yellow line stays a little bit better. Yeah, so I'm gonna play until I show you the new resources, and then I will let myself loose and show you the finishing screen. So yeah, the game only finishes when, like, you only lose if one of the darker harbors gets filled and you don't take resources. So just like in mini metro. And yeah, here we have 3 of the first upgrades. You can see the canal, you can construct a road through land. There's the interaction speed, so it makes the interaction between port and boat faster, and boat capacity. Right now, as I have all types of boats, I would get one of these upgrades. So I'm gonna get boat capacity because I feel like it's better just because it takes more resources. So now each boat, like every boat, can have up to 5 resources. Okay, so you can see here the alarm, the timer starts. It will go like this. In normal speed it's like 40 seconds, in high speed it's the half, it's 20 seconds. So yeah, and when it ends, just like in mini metro, and it tells you your stats. I don't know why it says 0 containers. Yeah, these are fish crates, not containers. Okay, so yeah, containers were the squares, and I didn't have any squares, so yeah. So pretty nice. You can retry, you can exit, and that's it. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and remember to check out this game and Unchained Relic on Steam. Thank you for watching. Bye.